Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew, and welcome on back to Leo Gaming. It is so good to see you. And today, we're doing a special Halloween video. Why not? And for those who are wondering, Prison Architect, I'm putting on hold for right now because the editing process is taking a little bit longer than I would like to on the latest episode. So, just bearing with me for that. That will most likely come out tomorrow. But regardless, today we're going to go check out The Forest. If you've never played this game before, it is a survival based horror game that has an emphasis on the survival part. Now, the horror part is something you don't deal with a lot, but you still have that aspect there. Now, one thing I will mention is that I don't typically play horror games. I don't typically play survival games. So whenever I get into these type of games, typically I'm going to be very cautious and very premature about my decisions. Regardless though, let's actually get into the game. Okay, well we're inside of the game now. We're currently just inside of a aircraft. This is how the game starts every time you get into it, or start a new game that is. So, let's go and check this. For Timmy, a survival guide. This will come in useful a lot. Okay. Oh, what was that? Uh-oh. We're losing altitude really quickly. And there we go. This is how the game always starts, so don't be afraid to look at this. Uh-oh. That is not good. Okay. We're waking up. Nothing really too special. Um, let's go ahead and just eat up a little bit here. Um, Now, I do want to stress that you want to grab as much as you possibly can from this starting area. Um, okay, and also try and fill up your stomach as best as possible before leaving. That was your seat that you were most likely in before. Other than that, let's just go ahead and deal with it as is. And now we get this survival axe. Okay. Now, we do have all these suitcases over here. I'm going to try and take as much supplies from them as I possibly can. All you pretty much has to do is just use the axe and you are good to go. And also I'm going to keep a couple sticks on us just to be on the safe side. Take a couple rocks with us because they will be necessary. Okay. And there we go. Anything else over here? Yep, we still got a couple of cases. Now, the basis of this game is you want to try and survive as much as possible. So what I recommend you go ahead and focus on is trying to find a place for you to pretty much call your base for the time being. Let me go ahead and let's see, is there anything else? Ooh, I heard something. We definitely don't want to eat anything off of unknown sources. So, if we take a look at B, this will bring up the survival guide. So this will also allow us to know where our crafting stuff is going to be. So one thing we want to go and create is a Molotov. So we press I. This will allow us to go and get a whole bunch of stuff together. We want to go ahead and combine one piece of cloth with a piece of booze. That's going to be combined together to get us some Molotov. Now we're not gonna equip this right now, obviously, because we don't need it right now. So we're gonna go ahead and first off, we want to go ahead and go to the next site, next page. Pretty much this is all that we need right here. So basics of survival, we want the hunting shelter. We're gonna need 7 sticks, 6 rocks, and 7 logs. So logs we'll collect once when we chop down some trees. We don't need to worry about that right now though. Once when we find a basis for our camp, that is what we'll go ahead and use. Ah, okay. And if I recall correctly, put down the lighter. Okay. We want to go ahead and equip our axe. And we want to go ahead and still get a couple more pieces of material. And we should be a-okay. Got this big boulder right here. I don't know what it's meant for. Now this is one of the areas you can spawn nearby. Now if I press M, I don't think we got the map yet. So we're going to need to create a bit of survival. And we are at max capacity with our rocks. So there's that. So what I will go ahead and do is pretty much try and find a good basis for our start. And I will go ahead and continue on. Also, we do have... That's be weird. We do have a couple bits and pieces that we can collect it from over here. Come on, just swing down. There we go. So let's go ahead and fill on out over here. Got this ravine down here. I don't think we want to focus around here. But what I will focus on, let's see. I don't think that we should see anything down that way. And if you guys ever do want to go and take a look at the map, I do have it being posted on screen right now. Hopefully, if I did my editing right. Ooh. Let's not go over there. Let's not go over there. Okay. Let's come down here. We want to get to water as quickly as possible. But we don't want to get nearby any enemies. If we do, then the only option we got is to go and kill them. Regardless, we should be good though. And got some water down here. We can go and clean ourselves off inside the water. Okay. At least we should be able to. Or I guess not, because the water's not cleaning off anything. No, it's not going to clean this off at all. Now, let me go in and explain something here. This right here, we don't want to get involved with. This is the massive crater that is pretty much at the center of this entire map. So I'm going to stick away from that as much as possible. Most likely, we're not going to have to deal with that too much. But we are going to have to stay away from the encampments that we saw earlier. Oh, and another lizard. That's what we saw earlier, so in case you guys are wondering what that was. Ah, now here is a big, deeper body of water. So we can actually clean ourselves off in here rather easily. And that is pretty good. So, yeah, we are all cleaned off now. No blood on us. I think that over here is actually a good encampment area. It's kind of rough terrain, so that's a plus right there. So no matter what the enemies will try to do is that they'll try and either come across this water right here, come across that patch right there. They might travel into the water a bit, but not by much. So we want to try and avoid that. So we are going to go ahead and move over to this area, is what I'm going to suggest. And I want to be close by to a forested area, so I'm going to try and move my way over to that spot over there. Let's go ahead and get a move on. We do have this massive river in between us and there, so we can go ahead and jump across that. Ooh. Let's not deal with that. That, in case you guys are wondering, are the marauders slash berserkers. We don't want to deal with them. They are terrible human beings that are trying to going to try and kill us, regardless of what we say or do. We can't even speak to them, so there's that for a plus. I don't think that there is a encampment over here. If there is, then I'm going to be completely wrong and being embarrassed about it. I think right here should be good. So I think we can go ahead and set up camp like right over here. Let's go ahead and do that. So we go back into our survival guide. Let's go ahead and place this down. It's pretty simple to go ahead and do the build mechanics. Just go ahead and rotate as best as you possibly can to the best spot that you think is suitable for you and press E. Now we can already put in the sticks that we need for it and all the rocks, or most of them. We can grab one rock right there, and we just gotta go and collect 7 logs. Not bad, not bad. So if we come over here to this tree, why not? We can go ahead and chop it down a bit. Or not, apparently. There we go. Just gotta adjust ourselves ever so slightly. Nope. Okay, come on. Come on. Now it's gonna tumble over that way, and it's gonna immediately turn itself into logs. So that's good right there. Let's just double check real quick that we're not having to deal with any enemies. But regardless, we should be good. Now we can only carry 2 logs at a time, so you want to be very cautious with it. So let's go ahead and put that right there. I believe that most trees will just provide you with 2 logs for a start. Now we do need to get 3 more logs. Okay. Well, we can go ahead and knock down this tree over here, since it is kind of like the lonely wolf. Let's just go knock it down as best as we can. There we go. And that's going to go and turn into some logs right here. Can only, remember, we can only we can actually gather 3 logs at a time, I believe. Can we? No, we cannot. Lizard, go away. We don't need you. Is there anything that's watching us? It's kind of hard to spot anything that may be watching us when we do have something in our hands. So obviously we want to be a little bit precautious. Rabbit! I'm most likely going to try and get that later. Lizard, though, will try and attack at a later point in time. But regardless, we got the last piece of log that we got. And completed. So this is now going to be listed as our home base. You can kind of see like the icon that's also listed right there. That pretty much will tell you when nightfall has risen. And just to go and make it clear, that home icon is going to stay on our screen no matter how far away we are from it. So even if I'm like way over like here, and if I were to just turn back, we can still see the home icon. So no matter how far away from you are from home, you're always going to see your home icon. Also, here's the last piece of log that we got from that tree that we chopped down. We don't need it right now, but I'm going to bring it back to our camp regardless. Let's just go and bring it like right over here. Press G to go and release it from our grasp. It's going to roll down a little bit, not by too much though. Now, what's the next thing that we're going to need? Well, the next thing we're going to need is to go ahead and create a basic fire. Now, the basic fire, I'm just going to put that like right here. Now, I think that we can already do the sticks, so that's fine. We just need to go and grab the leaves. Leaves are pretty much collected from these. Okay, you want to collect as many trees as you possibly can. There's not going to be too many leaves. We already got 6 apparently. They didn't even realize that. And then I got that. Good. And that will actually allow us to complete the shelter, or the survival area. And all we have to do to go ahead and lit the fire is hold down E, use our lighter, and we got a nice fire. Now we can use either dollar bills or other flammable material to go and keep the fire lit. So, and that is one thing that you can go ahead and deal with as well. So, fire damage. All you have to do is pretty much just stop, drop, and roll. That's the idea. And I meant to do that on purpose, just to go and demonstrate that. Ooh, rabbits. They're not going to be really helpful. Okay, so what's the next thing on our survival guide to do? Step 3. We just gotta forage edible stuff, and also we don't want to forage poisonous. So black twin berries don't really get stuck with. However, edible oval leaves blueberries are good for us, so we can eat those. Now, at this point, we have all of our different fire, shelters, food and water, and everything else that we have inside of this tutorial book. Everything that we need is found within this book right here. So on that note, my little birdies, you can actually go and kill them, and go and put them on the fire. And the way we do that, just just go ahead and click R, and we can go ahead and put them on the fire by pressing C. Hungry, find something to eat. That will definitely be the case. How long until we got some nightfall below us? Not too long. So let's go and actually get this fire lit up a little bit longer. Now you can see that nightfall is going to come soon. It's going to get a lot darker. I'm going to try and sleep as soon as it says that we can. We can also go and eat right now. So there we go. Let's go and eat that bird meat. We are good to go then. Okay, and there we go. Now the birds are going to try and fly wherever they possibly can. And we're just going to go and kill all of them. I know it's kind of like morbid, but we can only carry 3 pieces of meat at a single time. We can also use feathers. Feathers are going to be useful for us. So if we go into our eye toolbar, we go ahead and combine our axe with some cloth. We can go and combine it to be a pretty much a axe with cloth on it. This will allow us to use it as a torch. So we can go and press L to go ahead and light it up, and that will make it a lot easier. Nightfall is almost here. I do want to make sure that we're not going to be in nightfall for too long. Regardless, this game has a really in-depth nightfall system. Eventually, like if I decide to do a part 2 to this series, or even if it's like something longer than that, I will go ahead and extend this series like maybe 2 or 3 parts. Who knows? Maybe even longer. But yeah, this is what we have to experience right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm just waiting for this to say that we can go and sleep because it's almost nightfall, or it's becoming nightfall. Let's go and actually get the fire going on you again. Now, we shouldn't see anything nearby us because the berserkers, they're gonna try and hunt either during the night or they're gonna openly hunt during the day. But I want to try and sleep before that happens. So almost here. You guys can also see like how dark it's actually becoming. Okay. We want to also collect these feathers because they are useful. I'm also just sticking near this fire as much as possible because we're going to need it. Go ahead and extend the fire a little bit longer. Come on. It's pretty much nighttime. Change over. As soon as we get the option to... There we go. We can go and hold down Z to go and sleep. And that changes it over to morning. Let's go and actually get some grub in us. That will go ahead and cook nice and evenly. And... yeah, oh well. So it is just past morning. We should be... ah, shit. I did not mean to do that part on purpose. Just going to extinguish that fire. Good thing that we are really close to the actual water source, so we should be fine. Let's go and actually get our food. So we can go and press E to go and chomp down on some food. And just go and grab some more. Thirsty, find clean water to drink. Well, we actually gathered some soda from the actual plane, but unfortunately we can't use that to replenish our drinkage, I believe. Oh, we can actually. That's fine to know. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of crafting here. We can go ahead and I believe combine the stick with some cloth. That will allow us to create a pretty much a tick that will be flammable. So let's go ahead and do that. We don't need to use it right now because it is, of course, for nighttime use. So there's that. We can also take a look at our passenger manifesto. Now, there is 43 passengers on the flight that we had. Oh boy. Oh boy. And there goes the birds again. We should be fine. Regardless, I think that's all said and done there, ladies and gentlemen. So if we combine... I don't want to combine the rock or equip the rock. If we equip the rock, you also can see with the gear icon that it will allow you to create stuff with the rock. So like for instance, a rock with a cloth will go and create a burning weapon. A cloth with 2 cloths, or a rock with 2 cloths, 10 saps, and 2 sticks will create a repair tool. And then a rock with rope and a stick is for a crafting axe. So if we want, go ahead and remove that. We can do the same thing with tree sap, pretty much. Tree sap can create like a sticky explosive, a speed plus weapon for any weapon that we combine with it, a damage plus minus speed weapon, and a damage plus a weapon as well. That can pretty much just help our plain axe right here. So there we go. And then we can also use it for the repair tool. If we use just the cloth, there's a lot more that we can use. 7 pieces of cloth can get us 1 rope. That's it. We have 36 pieces of cloth. Let's go ahead and get some rope made. So let's go and do that. Let's get 2 pieces of rope. And let's go and get 1 more, just to be on the safe side. And then electrical tape. We haven't discovered what uses it can provide for us. Yeah, this can help us with a slingshot. It can help us craft a bow with a light. Can craft a chainsaw with a light, a flint pistol with a light, and a modern bow with a light. So we'll have to figure out how to create a bow at some point. And with the cloth, what else is there that we can go and create? We've already created a Molotov before. I think we can go ahead and craft one of those. We have 3 more booze left. So go and combine that, remove it from the equipment. We'll go and create 3 total Molotovs. And then what else can we go and create? Nothing at the moment, so we'll go and leave that be for now. For one, equip our axe, not have the rock equipped. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is pretty much the start of the forest. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode of this kind of like Halloween type video. If you guys want to see more of these survival-based horror games on my channel, please do go and leave me a like. It helps me out a ton. And let me know down in the comment section if you want me to do anything special for the next episode, if there is going to be one. I'm not too certain. Most likely there will be though, because obviously we didn't really have to deal with anything today. We will most likely deal with some berserkers, maybe. Who knows? But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the end of today's video. If you guys liked it, please consider giving a like rating, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will check you guys for the next episode. Ciao for now.